Hey guys, and welcome to tutorial mode number 1. This is a new kind of series that I'm basing on Final Fantasy Record Keeper, pretty much to help you guys learn from experience plus information in the future with relic draws. Well, not just relic draws, stamina, or just general information about Final Fantasy Record Keeper, which you don't know about. If you started playing Final Fantasy Record Keeper, most likely you may have spent some money on the game. The question is, should you have, or should you save your mithril to get something better? This is a forum which I have looked upon for quite a bit now. I find it pretty interesting. So this Japanese player has spent around $2,000 to $3,000 on this game. So you can tell how much people are addicted to this game. So be very careful and keep in mind how much you're spending on a game. I don't think you should be spending that much on a game unless you're breaking it up into certain increments, like only spending $30 each month or so, like that. Kind of like a subscription based game. So which relic draws should you go for? In the global Final Fantasy Record Keeper, we have quite a few out right now, but the problem is it doesn't break, well, none of the weapons break the 9,999 damage threshold, except for the ones which hit more than once. These are the weapons that you really need to look out for. So you can see here the Buster Sword. You probably have seen the Soul Break for that weapon. You've probably seen the Soul Break for, see what else there is, Selfie's one, which just came out, and there are a few other ones as well, which only hit once. Those are the weapons that you really shouldn't go for, to be honest, because there's a lot of weapons in the future, plus there's also going to be higher level caps. Right now it's on level 65 if you get the crystal for the character, but it's getting extended to level 95 at the moment. It is in Japan, so there's quite a lot out to look for. So what you really need to look out for is armor. Armor's good in these earlier stages. See, they talk about Brotherhood when it truly isn't that good. In terms of damage, yes, it is good, but in terms of the long run, then it kind of decreases in value. So right now in the global, we've had 1 to 2 tier weapons, such as Sephiroth's One-Winged Angel. This one's his Masamune. So let's start from the top. We have Tifa's Glove, we got Cecil's Sword, we got Snow's Jacket, and we got is it Lucille? The name's disappeared off me, but we got all these weapons, but what you notice from all of them is they only attack once. The ones that is kind of good is the ones which is based on armor increase and decrease, such as Tyro's Shield. Tyro's Shield Grimoire does kind of a good ability which decreases all attacks by 60%. That one is an extremely good value shield, or book actually, but its Soul Break is a big shield which comes down. So it is definitely a recommended equipment, but I think it is gone. Oh, there it is. It's Luneth, not Lucille. I don't know where I got Lucille from. I think I'm watching too many old shows. The next one, which is good, is Vanille's weapon, because, like I said, it's using... The Soul Break is based on the armor decrease, so it decreases the enemy's armor and does AoE damage, which is a huge benefit to your party. So they go through all these weapons. Squall's Blade, again, it doesn't break the 9,999 damage cap, which is said here. Same as Cloud, but it increases your damage output, which is kind of good, I guess, but in the later stages it's better. I believe it is the first weapon which does break that threshold is Cecil's Sword, because its Soul Break does holy damage. That's kind of the bad side of this weapon, because it does holy damage, so it can't do damage to holy based creatures, I think. But with dark creatures, stuff like that, it does more than 9,999. I think I'm going to get a tongue twister from saying that too much. Again, armor's good to look out for because you can't really increase your armor that much. Well, later on in the game, there will be less and less armor, more weapons. So this is the most recent ones. Yuna's wand, again, same thing. Doesn't break the threshold. And, of course, Krista's and Selphie. They'll talk about the stats plus the ability plus the if it's elemental or not. So what's the benefits of Krista's whip? Let's see. It has pretty good stats, but it has an AoE single hit non-elemental magic, which seems pretty bad. But the stats are pretty good, and the fact it's non-elemental is also good because you also have the creatures which has elemental advantages and disadvantages. So having non-elemental skills is also good as well because think of it as an all-rounder, I guess. And Selphie's nunchucks, which does cura to all creatures, which is honestly a piece of crap. Yeah, you can do much better in the future. This is the next one. I won't do much spoilers, but you kind of get the point, which relics you should actually be saving for. If you don't want to spend money on this game, I advise you to always kind of look at the equipment, what you should be saving for, if it is worth it, how much attacks does it do, what's the stats. But of course, the longer you wait, the better the weapon will be. So I don't think you always have to spend money on this game. It's kind of a personal preference. You'll see guys spending over, well, like this guy, over $3,000, and it can be quite addictive. But you should be saving for the equipment which is actually worth it, which will increase your party's ability over time, not just... Bloody hell, phone keeps ringing. Which increases your abilities over time and helps out your party. But hopefully this helps you guys. Try not to spend too much. And I'll see you guys in the next video.